Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Um, and welcome. Welcome to part two of our conversation with Jedi Playbook. Kozan-san, here he is. And, oops, wait a minute. No, I wasn't supposed to wave. Part two of our conversation with Zentakai Samurai Sensei and Kozan-san from Jedi Playbook. We're talking about Musashi's Dokkodo, his 21 precepts that he left to his students and the world in 17th century Japan, a way to live by the code of the samurai. All right, here's Kozan-san. Give me one second. Junko-san, konnichiwa. Ohayou gozaimasu. Maya, hi, nice to see you. Sensei, ohayou gozaimasu. So nice to be here. Konnichiwa. So we last had this conversation, part one of this conversation was 2 weeks ago. And last week, Sensei was in Japan for a few days for Obon ancestor celebration. All right. I'm just trying to get our friends here. Give me a second. Here we go.
Technical difficulty.
I know. Sensei, ohayou
ほら、
gozaimasu. Hola,
おはようござい
hola.
ます。ほら、
Kozan-san, how are you guys?
Doing okay.
Sensei, not too tired from your trip?
it's okay. But it's a very long time travel. I just stay in Japan just 2 days.
Oh
Two
my
days?
God.
Yes, just 2 days.
And
Yes,
how long were
because
you traveling?
yes, because first I go to the Texas Dallas airport, and I didn't know about the COVID test in Japan. Still not we need a COVID test.
Oh, so
Yes,
you had to
still not.
stay.
Yes,
Oh,
stay in the airport and go to Narita
oh my
airport. And
God.
Narita airport, I arrived at the Narita airport. It's a typhoon coming.
Oh my
What?
God.
Yeah,
Oh my
and I
God.
stay in the Narita airport also. Yes, taking a long time.
Oh, so okay. So how long were you originally supposed to be in Japan? Like 5 days or something, or
Yeah, it's not quarantine. It's not quarantine.
oh,
Just we need a PCR test.
You were
PCR
just
test.
waiting for the
Just
Yes,
like the
right,
negative
right.
results.
I didn't.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yes, because Mexico is people forget about COVID.
Yeah, I think
Right?
nowadays you have to really
Yeah,
check everywhere, especially if you have a stopover.
right.
You have to really double check. Well, it's glad that
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're back safely in Tulum and you're able to join us today with Kozan-san. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. So yeah, welcome everybody. And if you have any questions about the last session 2 weeks ago, we went over the first five precepts. I think Kozan is gonna do a little bit of a recap, maybe, if you
All
would
right.
like to.
So welcome everyone. Thank you, Kazane, for having us. Kazane, you are an energy healer, a Reiki master, and fellow Bushido student of our sensei, Zen Takai, born into the 16th generation of a samurai family with some ninja roots as well. You've been teaching for over a decade, over 10 years. And just a reminder, if anyone has any questions please just pop them right into the chat. I'll monitor. We can save time for them at the end, or if there's, a lull, we can interject with stuff like that. Just to cover a quick recap, this is the 21 precepts of Musashi's Dokkodo, written in 1645, shortly before his death. This is after writing Five Rings, which we discussed briefly in the previous video, which is very, very esoteric. These precepts are very simple. Well, they're very straightforward. They're not simple.
They're simple but difficult.
Yes, very. And so I will read through the first five and just touch very, very quickly. Accept everything just the way it is. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world, and be detached from desire your whole life long. We covered the fact that these were written in the 17th century, but also they're applicable now, and so I guess that's what the point of this conversation is going to be, discovering how we can apply these. And yeah, if there are any questions, let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kozan-san. And actually, I think we're trying to find out if they're relevant to modern Bushido students in particular. I think most of the people here. And if they are relevant, how so? And I think Sensei is kind of sharing his wisdom through the text that we're looking at. And so we'll see if we can go through another five more, or if we can go a little faster and reach the end. There's no pressure there. I think it's important that what needs to be shared is shared during the transmission. Yeah. So Sensei, did you have any, actually I was wondering if you could briefly, before we go into the next few precepts, could you explain what you were doing in Japan for a few days? Is it okay to share?
Yeah, sure. And I went to Japan and last week, no, this week, right? And because in the middle of the season, that it is called Obon in Japanese. Obon. Obon is that 1 year, one time, our ancestor came back from the afterworld to the real world. Okay. And we spend that together and go back to the after the world. Okay, 1 year, just one time. Okay, this is very traditional Japanese ceremony, one of the ceremony. Okay, and this is from the samurai eyesight. Okay, from the samurai eyesight. Okay, and samurai eyesight is that okay. Always think about and feel about the afterworld. Okay, this is afterlife. Afterlife is very important point, because if you know about the afterlife, okay, and in the fighting field, and you, how can I say, you are not scary about the death, about the death, okay? Yeah. How can I say? This is one of the psychological technique, okay? Yeah, that's why, and this ceremony is also sometimes on the samurai way of thinking, and this is from the book of the Hagakure. Hagakure is that always, every day think about the afterlife, think about the death, okay? That's why you can control your life, okay? Yeah. It's like a paradox. Always think about the afterlife. That's why you can concentrate on real life, okay? Yes, this ceremony is that, one of the meaning is that seems like that. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. So I guess it's an important feast, an important celebration for Bushido students, connecting with that. Yeah. All right, great. So shall we dive into the next? I was going to read the next 6 precepts, and since some of them kind of, I feel like they overlap, I don't know if you feel, Sensei, we should take them one by one, or if you feel like grouping them, we can also do that. So I have them here. Number 6, the 6th precept of the Dokkodo, do not regret what you have done. Number 7, never be jealous. Number 8, never let yourself be saddened by a separation. Number 9, resentment and complaint are appropriate neither for oneself nor others. Number 10, do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. Yeah, so Let's see. Do not regret what you have done. What do you think about that one? Shall we discuss that one?
Okay, and I think this is my suggestion. And first of all, I have to tell about my suggestion. Okay,
Mm.
and Book of the Five Rings also, and Dokkodo is also, and Japanese traditional samurai book is that written by very poetic. Okay, that's
Yes.
why we can find many kind of meaning. Okay, that's why my suggestion is that just my suggestion. Okay, sometimes this is not correct. Okay,
Okay.
because you see yes, because it's how can I say? I always
Lost in
reading
translation.
yeah, yes, reading a book of the five rings. Okay, every time my suggestion is different eyesight.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah. That makes
example,
sense.
I'm doing a training. Okay, sometimes especially
Yeah,
in this week, I try to concentrate wind element training. Okay,
yeah.
how to moving like a wind and reading like a book of the five ring about the wind element. Okay, yes, and after the lesson, and
Mm.
I can feel the different meaning from the book. Okay,
Yeah,
that's why, and yes, and samurai book is that very poetic. Okay, that's why always different meaning. We can find a
yeah.
different meaning. Okay,
Different
that's why,
interpretation.
right. That's why, and the Dokkodo is also, okay, sometimes looks like a very poetic. Okay, and you can find many kind of a meaning. Okay, my suggestion is just my suggestion. Okay, and this feeling is a very important point for the teaching. I'm teaching a samurai technique, but sometimes it's a how can I say? This is bad example. Is that okay? Sometimes it's a how can I say? There is a strong master and the student. It's like a up to down and teaching the up to down, just up to down. Yeah, this is a correct. This is a correct. Blah blah blah. Okay,
Yes.
and this feeling is that it's like a student cannot go upside. Okay, always it's like a freezing. Okay, yeah. How can I say? But the important
Yeah.
point is that okay, student and teacher is that and put together and try to find the answer. Try to find the answer
Together.
together. Yes,
Yeah.
that's why it's very important point. Okay, not up to down. Okay, always try to go diagonally together. Okay, this
Mm.
feeling is very important point because and the samurai way of thinking and my way of thinking is that okay. Each person different way of thinking, each person different body, each person different history. That's why you have to find your answer inside your
Yeah.
mind. Okay? Master don't know about your answer.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can find something together. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is my suggestion. Okay, and also Dokkodo and Five Rings is very poetic. Okay, this meaning is that we can find many kind of meaning. Okay, because Dokkodo is written by around 400 few years ago. Okay, but we can find this some meaning in modern generation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, this is a very important point. Yeah, this is first I want to say this thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
and
you.
yes,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And number six, about the number six, okay? And this word is that it's a very, I feel the very Zen meditation feeling,
Mm.
okay? And Zen meditation feeling is that it's a big concept. It's like a live in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
live in the
Present.
moment, okay? Yes. Don't focus your past. Don't focus your future too much,
Mm.
okay? And focus
Mm.
in the moment. Okay, and I think it's this feeling is that very how can I say very similar uh, common feeling with samurai training, sword training, sword training. Okay, yes, sword training is that it's like a very similar Zen meditation feeling.
Mm.
For example, and stick fighting feeling is that stick fighting feeling sometimes make a circulation movement, okay? But sword technique is that draw the sword and at the same time and cut it down. It's a one moment, draw the sword and cut it down, okay? It's like how can I say? This body movement is that, okay? Perfectly concentrate 100% this moment, okay?
Mm.
Okay, and this is very difficult to explain in English, but try, okay?
Mm.
And for example, this is my suggestion, okay? Here is a point of zero. Okay,
Mm.
here's a point of zero. Okay, this is zero, number zero. Okay, And the usual sports style is that okay, using a muscle. That's
Muscle
why
memory.
if you're making a power seems like this. Making a power and go 100% and go down. Like this. You see? Like
Yeah.
this. Feeling like this, okay?
Yeah.
But I think it's a samurai sword feeling is that okay? Always release your power and just concentrate in the moment. That's why my feeling seems like this. This is a point of zero. Point of zero. And okay. Point of zero. Suddenly go 100 and go back point of zero. Okay?
Yeah.
Samurai
Wow.
feeling like this. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, always relax and making a relaxed position. Suddenly, and cut it down. And go back
Yeah.
to 100% feeling. Okay? Yes, and this feeling is that it's a very similar like a Zen meditation feeling. Okay? Yes, and that's why this is my suggestion. And you are learning about the sword technique, and you can get a Zen meditation feeling. Okay? And this feeling is that just concentrate in this moment in front of you. Okay? Yes, and how can I say? Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to say,
Yeah.
and how to control your mind is that how to control your body. And physical technique and your mind feeling is that it's a put together. It's not separate. Okay,
Yep.
that's why this number 6 is that okay. Just focus in front of you. Focus in front of you. Yes, I think this feeling is a very similar like a sword technique feeling.
Yeah. Thank you, Sensei. Looking at the diagram you drew with the two different techniques, it reminds me about how we need to control our chi, and in the different parts, right? There's a part that's like more the wind element, and then all of a sudden there's like the fire element. And so even if we have the form, the technique mastered, if we don't have the chi to back it up with a feeling, or the all the elements combined, then the final cut or draw or whatever you're doing doesn't have the same spirit. I think that's what makes your performance or your skill so special, because you're able to harness the chi and really, have the skill, have the chi, have all of that. And it reminds me also, so I've been here in Switzerland, I've been joining Iaido group for training. So my first time to practice with an Iaito, and when I was drawing the sword, they told me the same kind of like, I would draw it and I would try to be quick about it, and then my form would kind of not be so nice. And so exactly the second drawing, it was like, take your time when you're drawing the sword until the tip, the very, very tip, is at the mouth of the scabbard. And that's when you have the explosion of the chi, like going up like that. And I remembered everything that you told me that we worked on together about that chi control, because I was so concerned about, I guess, speed, making it look cooler if I draw it faster or something, and they were like, no, no, no. You have to take your time and have that calm, the moon meditation thing, like in the heart center, until the very last moment, and then you have that explosion. So that was really helpful for me. Also, there's another thing that came to mind. I don't know, Kozan, if you've experienced this training with Sensei, but do not regret what you have done. I remember when I trained with you in Tulum, Sensei, and I would make a mistake, I would feel so embarrassed. And like I would feel so stupid that I would stop everything. I even have a video of a blooper where like I did something and it was so bad that I was like, ugh, and I felt so bad. And you were like, you, you were like, okay, Kazane-san, continue. Don't stop when you make a mistake, because it's part of the flow. It's part of you have to, like, you make a mistake and then you just continue. Like that's part of the training, is picking up where you've messed up. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. So kind of like not even wasting time or energy regretting I made a mistake. Oh my God, I'm like such a bad student, right? because that's happening in a microsecond. So it's like, no, I just continue and I'm just still connected and I'm still focused and yeah. So thank you.
Yeah. It's a very, yes, and important training. Okay. Yes. Sometimes people mistake the order something, try to stop and go back to first position again. Okay. Yeah. But the samurai technique is that basically from the real fighting technique. Okay. Yeah. That's why we cannot stop. Okay. And that's why if you're doing a mistake, and little bit, how can I say, go back to the correct position and start again. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why there is no mistake. There's no mistake. Okay. Yes. Always just go forward. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Forward, okay?
No,
Yes.
exactly.
And yeah. That's why, and you can make it flowing. Okay. And go back to first position again. It's it's a very easy. Okay. But if you're doing a mistake or something, that's why you can find something new. Yeah, just correct way and just correct way, and it's just one way. Okay, and yes, but you're doing a mistake. That's why you can find something and go back to straight way. Okay, that's why and mistake is a very important point for the training. Yes, that's why and mistake is not a mistake. Right? Yes, it's you can find something. Yes, and automatically it's a non-consciousness, and you can find something. It's very, very important point, right?
Yeah, that really stuck to me. Thank you. Okay, let's look at the 7th precept of the Dokkodo, if there aren't any questions or anything. Never be jealous.
Very simple.
All right, I have a question here. Hang on. Okay, I have a question. Context of, I feel like this is where I've experienced it the most, and I will freely admit this. Within the context of relationships. So, like, how do samurai deal with jealousy in a relationship?
Yes, yeah, of course, and the samurai is a jealous and yes, it's an emotion. It's a human instinct. Okay,
right?
Of course, and the samurai people everybody have a jealous. Okay, but the important point is that how to control the emotion. Okay, that's why how can I say and this is also last time we talked about it. It's a ma. It's MA. The long distance from the other person. Okay, that's why you can control your jealous. Okay, jealous meaning is that okay, and sometimes very close relationship. That's why you feel some strong jealousy and strong emotion. Okay, always make a long distance. That's why you can control. You can control yourself. Okay, yes. Okay, I think it's a resolution is just one way. Make a long distance from the other person. Okay. Yes, and this is it's a very good meaning. Okay. Yeah. How can I say? In modern generation, people that make a good friendship and strong relationship is a very good thing. But of course, and making how can I say? Put together, okay, put together and make a good relationship and a strong relationship is that it's like a hot, it's like a hot, it's like a fever, okay. Please making an image your body feeling like a hot, okay. It's a sick, okay. That's why automatically you have to go, automatically you cool, getting a cool, okay. Yeah, but on the natural body is that little bit warm, keeping the warm, not try to hot. If you try to hot, you feel some jealousy. It goes to the cold feeling. Okay, always a little bit hot. That's why you are not feeling like a strong jealousy. Okay, that's why always make a long distance and a little bit hot is very important point for human relationship. Okay.
So it's about not being off balance, right? That idea of when we're too hot or too cold, then it's off balance. I don't know if my internet is
slight
technical
difficulties.
Oh, is it me?
No.
Oh,
I think it might actually be Sensei.
Oh,
It's
okay,
the Tulum internet.
Yes, through internet.
Still
Sorry.
on the
Yes.
internet, yeah, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
was just saying about being off balance when we're, too hot or too cold. And there's like a sweet spot, I guess. Whether
Yeah.
it's when we're training or when we're in relationships. Is that what you're saying,
Yes.
Sensei?
Well, that's why always 60% is very important point. And you can avoid the jealous.
I thought 60% jealous. Or Sensei, you can be jealous, but then you hide your emotion, right?
Yeah, and I think it's
Goes
how can
on.
I say? Yeah, of course, sometimes I feel jealous or something. Okay, it's a human instinct. Okay, yeah, how can I say that? Sometimes samurai book is that okay, written by seems like this. Hide your emotion. Don't show your emotion. Okay, but emotion is that very natural react. It's a human instinct. Okay, but example is that pushing on and pushing on and pushing on and it's a suddenly explosion. Okay, it's not good. Okay, always in the daily life, always control the making a long distance and control the balance. Okay, it's very important point. Okay, that's why and how can I say ma is very important for the other person. Always make a long distance from the other person. Okay.
But when you make you don't mean to be like emotionally distant, right? Is that what you I
Yeah,
think
that's why
ma
ma is a final of ultimate meaning is that Dokkodo.
Hmm.
It's
Oh, I have
a
a question
walk alone.
actually. I have a question about that. I forgot who, and I think that person is here on this call. Somebody commented that he's often seen walking alone in his town. And I was thinking, is it a metaphor or is it literally walking alone? Like, uh, do you see what I mean? Like, for example, you sensei, you're married, or like if we can have a partner but still walk alone, right? That's what so how do we,
Oh.
I don't, right? It's not like literally we have to walk alone, although I walk alone also, but like, that's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Oh,
It's poetic interpretation, like poetic language. Is it?
yes. Yeah, that's why, and for example, in modern generation is a little bit different, but in the ancient time, in the family also, and the partner, husband and wife is also, and speaking with a very, very polite in Japanese. It's
Yeah.
not like a friends, not like a,
So that's the
how can I say?
distance you're talking about,
Yeah,
right? That's the
yes, distance.
distance. Yeah, it's
Yes,
not physical distance.
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
How to explain that? Yeah.
yeah. That's
Well,
why on
is
the
it
Japanese,
emotional distance though also?
Well, you can be close to someone and still speak to them politely in Keigo,
Hmm.
which is like polite form. I don't know. I think
yeah.
it's really specific to Japan, right?
Yeah,
The
that's why Japanese
language.
is a many kind of a language.
The
Okay, the polite
language, yeah.
feeling and the friend like and like yes, it's like how can I say that talking with a shogun style or and
Yeah.
the ancestors or something blah blah blah. Yes, that's why and control the language. Language is that and you can feel
Yeah.
the more you can make a long distance from the other person.
You can
Okay, that's why
control, yeah. Control, yeah, okay. Hmm.
yes. For example, this is one of the example in modern generation. Okay, uh, one of the not kindergarten. It's a kindergarten and junior high school and this position is what's in English. It's a
Elementary
kindergarten,
school?
elementary school.
Kindergarten
Okay.
element, okay.
Yes, yeah, elementary school is that in Japanese elementary school there are many kind of a problem. Okay, and the student are always shouting is a dirty
Hmm.
word, blah blah blah, and always and not silent feeling. And the teacher decide, okay, if you say something, okay, and you have to include a san, kazane san, okay,
Okay, so
kodan
okay.
san. San is a
Like
very polite word,
polite
polite word.
form.
That's why they cannot connect the next word. It's a very dirty word. Okay, san is a polite.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
they have to find a very polite Japanese,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and people try to step by step getting a calm, getting a calm.
Because of the language they're using. It affects
Yes,
their
yes,
their energy level. Yeah, yeah.
yes,
I
right, right.
think I'm seeing some people are asking about the long distance part, and I don't think we should spend too much time on that particularly because it's kind of a difficult concept. I think like how how building a relationship with a long distance in as it is in Japan, which is so different to the West, where it's all about fusion and passion, and it's like the opposite almost. So maybe we can talk about that some other time, but I feel like that might be too much for
Samurai
this session.
relationship advice.
Oh my God. Hilarious. Yeah, let us know. Okay, if that's okay, I think actually the number eight is related, I feel, right? Because it's also about emotions. It's
Yeah,
never
right,
let
right.
yourself be saddened by separation. So it's
Yeah.
kind of related, right, Sensei?
Yes, right, right. Yeah, this one is also. Yes, this one is also. And if you making a too much strong
Yeah.
relationship, it's a feeling like a sad. Okay, and also, and this word is that very deep relationship is a Musashi generation.
Yeah.
Okay, Musashi
Yeah.
generation is always fighting generation. Okay, yeah, that's why some people is a death or something, blah blah blah. Yes, and also on the how can I say, Musashi have a no family, no family, okay, no married. He
Okay,
have
so
a
he
Right,
really
okay, yeah,
literally
yeah, yeah.
walked alone.
Mm.
yes, and he chose the
Musashi man.
samurai fighting
Yeah.
way, samurai
Yeah.
fighting way. Okay, yes, and but on the Musashi is that one of the son, but son is that not a real son, and like a stepson. I don't know in English. It's like a stepson.
Stepson? Okay.
Oh, it's
Stepson.
a
Was he
just
okay?
name. It's like a how can I say?
Like
Yeah, not a
adopted
real
or no?
son.
Adopted son.
Adopted
Yeah,
or
right, correct. And for the teaching a technique, for the teaching a
yeah,
technique,
yeah, yeah.
that's why and he have a no real family.
Okay.
He have not or
So these are easy
not,
precepts for him.
yes, and also and he was a soldier and
Yeah,
he chose a soldier way, and
yeah,
also and this is a very deep relationship with Musashi's position, Musashi's position.
yeah.
Okay, Musashi was like a Ronin, like a Ronin. Usually, samurai people is that there's a family blood, okay, and a family blood and name and
Oh, he was a
there's a
Ronin. Oh,
yes, and that's
from the
why
beginning.
he
Okay.
always try to fighting and fighting and fighting and making a name and try to be
Yeah.
making a big name and try to getting some job. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's an important point. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, another samurai people sometimes it's a family blood.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why sometimes a little bit different way of thinking. Yes, his
Mm.
style is a Ronin style.
Wow.
Okay, so it's different.
Yeah.
Less of the family connection, maybe. Um, I just wanted to say about the seven and eight, like these emotional points. When we first started working, and Sensei would say, hide your emotion. And I remember, and I mentioned this before that I was kind of reactive towards that. Like, how can I hide my emotion? I'm very expressive. That's just one of my traits. And and I even kind of felt resistance. And I'm like, I don't want to hide my emotion. And so it took some time working with Sensei for me to understand that hiding your emotion, you know, on the battlefield, doesn't mean repressing it. And I like that Sensei mentioned that because I witness so much in my field of work, in which is energy healing. People suffer from repressed emotions. They have like physical illnesses as a result of repressed emotions, right? So that's why I was like, no, emotions should be like, you know, shown or felt, or so I had to really do some inner work around that. And I appreciate that Sensei made that differentiation between not like pushing it down. So meaning to say, again, putting into context Musashi's Dokkodo, of course we're going to feel jealous. Of course we're going to feel sad because we're human. But we're not letting it take over our actions. We're not going to let it affect how we cut, how we draw our sword, how we you know, our stability, our groundedness, because the aim is to control our chi at all times, right? So I think that's really important. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And for example, this is one of the traditional samurai book, okay? And this book is said, and emotion is that whole energy is always flowing like a water, always flowing, okay?
Yeah.
Not stopping, okay? That's why, and if you feel, and emotion is also, okay? And jealous and anger feeling and happiness is also always flowing, okay? That's why if you grip something, okay?
Yeah.
But if your body is just freezing, that's it, okay? Just freezing, okay? But emotion is always flowing. That's why try to just feather
Yeah.
touching and go through away. Always just feather touching,
Yeah.
and go through away. Okay, that's why your energy is always flowing. Okay,
Yeah.
and yeah, because emotion is that it's one of the part of the flowing. Just flow,
Oh.
just
Yeah.
flow. Okay, yes, and sometimes it's like how can I say? And if you feel happiness, yeah, try to grip the happiness.
Yeah.
Try to grip and keep the happiness, but it's
Yeah.
impossible. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
always flowing, flowing. Just concentrate in this moment and just
Mm, 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 mm.
feather touching, and energy is flowing. Okay,
Mm,
this is
mm,
very
mm.
important point. Okay, and for example, another meaning is that okay, if you feel angry feeling, if you try to grip or something, and it's how can I say? It seems like a feel is good. Okay, because grip an angry
Yeah.
feeling, and you made some your justice. Okay, I'm
Mm.
correct. Only this is wrong, and I'm trying to attack or something. It's you make some justice, but it's just one of the just one of the phase of the energy flowing. Okay, that's why. And if you grip or something, it's like your body is flowing and emotion is body is freezing, emotion
Yeah.
is freezing. It's a stop, and it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not a correct way. Okay, always just feather touching and go through away
Mm, mm.
and go to the front. Yeah, this feeling is
Go to the
very
front.
important point. Right, right. Okay. Yeah, that's why. And this I think this feeling is a very similar like a sword training feeling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you grip the sword very strongly and swing the sword, after that you making an off balance.
Mm-hmm.
Always feather
Mm.
touching,
Really
and
touch
that's why
that.
you can connect the next movement. Very lightly, very lightly. Okay. Always think about the next and next, and always think about the front. Okay, it's very important point. Okay, don't grip strongly. Always feather touching and swinging the
Yeah.
sword. Emotion is also okay. Always feather touch and go through. Yeah, this is one of the technique.
And I think, thank you for clarifying that. I think also it's important to remember that it's a process. And Sensei always reminds us that it's a process because I tend to grip my sword too hard. And so Sensei has to keep reminding me. And, you know, before it used to be my shoulders, it used to be my elbows or whatever. So I think the more practice we have, the more confidence we have, the lighter we can hold the sword. Like, okay, I got this. Like now it's a part of me. I have a relationship with it. I don't have to hold so hard anymore. I can relax and cut properly. So that's a whole process. That yeah, of course, in the beginning
Yeah,
it's frustrating. Yeah, because you want to
yeah,
do it right.
yeah. That's why if you
Okay.
grip strongly and using a muscle, you feel the effort.
Yeah.
You feel the effort. Okay, but sometimes it's very dangerous. Feel the
Mm,
effort is that you trust your effort too much.
yeah.
Okay, and it's a freezing. Okay, and
Mm,
that's why, and for the samurai eyesight, and too much effort is not good. Okay,
mm,
always feather touching and always flowing the energy. Okay, yeah, in modern specialty in modern generation, effort is like a beautiful thing. Okay, and try to and getting a tired and muscle is a more bigger and bigger or something. Okay, it's like a very beautiful thing, but on the samurai from the samurai eyesight, it's not. Always feather touching and make a flowing, beautiful flowing for the next and next and next. Okay, everything that changing like a Japanese four seasons. Okay, spring is coming and summer is coming and autumn and winter. All everything is flowing. Okay, yes, and for example, and this is a little bit different story, and sometime and Zen training. Okay, Zen meditation training. Okay, the Zen temple is that always making a clean up.
Cleaning
Okay,
up.
and yeah, Zen Buddhists is always clean up. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, and sometimes modern people try to join the training. Okay, and clean up and making a very beautiful place. And after that, and they taking a seat and sometimes the green tea or something and blah blah blah. But
Relax.
important, yeah, relax. But important point is that okay, and they are making a cleaning, and Zen Buddhists are making a cleaning. Cleaning meaning is that you are in the circulation. This meaning is that leaf is go down, and leaf is put together and burning, and once again leaf is go down and put together and burning, and it's like a circulation. So, and death and rebirth again. It's a death and rebirth again. Okay, and cleaning meaning is that you are in the circulation. That's why you have to. It's making a clean up. Okay, that's why how can I say this is this movement is that cleaning is that not for cleaning.
Yeah.
You have to feel the accepting the circulation.
Yeah. It's a practice
my English
in itself. No, it's I think it's clear. I don't know, Kozan, if you thought it was clear. The difference between in the West we want to clean to enjoy the clean space, but in Japan the practice is the cleaning is the practice. It's not
cleaning a practice.
Is the practice.
You are in the circulation.
That's the goal.
Like this and the life, this and the life. Okay, it's a circulation.
Instead of being goal.
It's the journey.
Yeah, it's the journey rather than
it's not
the goal. It's, it's
right.
the journey rather than the goal. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Just okay. There's a question here. I didn't even know there was this question thing, but what's the easiest path to controlling emotions to one point all at one time? What's the easiest path to controlling emotions, Sensei? That's a question.
Okay. It's a
what a good question.
Okay,
Everyone wants to know that.
Yeah. Just one way, not just one way, but very simple way is that okay. Just concentrate on your breathing.
On the breath.
That's
it.
Yeah, on the breathing. Because on the breathing stop and you are die. Okay, breathing. Breathing meaning is that it okay. Please wait. And this is in Japanese character. This is called iki.
Oh, I think it's inverted, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a mirror.
Breathing. Breathing, right? And this kanji character also, it is called iki. Okay, but different kanji character. Okay, but
synonyms,
it is called iki. Okay, and this meaning is that it's a life.
Life. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and different kanji character, but it is called iki. Okay,
same word. Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, and one more. Okay, this kanji character, this is called ki. Ki.
Yeah. Like in Reiki.
Just one. Ki. Yes. Yeah. Ki is a chi. It's a chi. Okay. Yeah. This meaning is that if you can control your breathing and you can control your life and you can control your chi, your energy. Okay. Yes. That's why. And if you want to control your emotion and your energy, control your breathing. Control your breathing. Okay. And more physical explain about control your chi. Okay. Breathing is that okay. You can control the inside the body, inside the organ. Okay. Deep breathing is that inside the body. It's an organ. Is a big movement. Big movement. Okay.
The diaphragm.
Yeah. And if you feel some strong emotion, angry emotion or sad emotion, something, and your stomach, your chest is like a freezing like this. Okay. Yes, that's why automatically and your organs going to up and your heart is squeezed and your heartbeat going to up and you're making a panic. Your blood system go up. Okay.
Yeah.
But deep breathing is that it's like a massage inside your body, massage inside your organs. Okay. That's why automatically your heart is go back to a normal position and automatically your heartbeat go down and you can make it relax physically. Okay. That's why deep breathing is a very important point. Okay. Inhale from the nose and exhale from the mouth. And one more point is that perfectly concentrate inside your body. Okay. Close your eyes and listen carefully your breathing sound and deep breathing. Okay. first just 10 times, and you can feel the something different. Okay. Yeah, that's why the breathing is very important point. Okay. Most bad example is that if we want to control the emotion, control the emotion.
Yeah.
Okay. Control the emotion
Mentally.
is making
Yeah.
a panic. Yes. Yeah. If we want to control your mind, and don't control your mind. Control
Yeah.
your physical.
Your
Okay?
body.
Control your body. That's why you can control your mind. If
I
you want
love
to
that.
control your mind,
Love
you
that.
have to control your physical, your body. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why don't focus your emotion. Focus inside your body.
So
Yes. It's a
powerful.
breathing technique. Right.
Thank you,
This is
Sensei.
very simple way.
Very powerful. Very simple, but very powerful. Because if you have a jealous thought, and then you start thinking about that jealous thought, it just makes it bigger and bigger and bigger, and you start spiraling. Whereas
Yeah.
if you focus on like your tantian or your breath, and then, like you said, you're physiologically creating more space by moving
Yeah.
the diaphragm, and so all that contraction in the upper body can relax. So that's a really powerful practice
Yeah.
and
That's why
simple.
concentrate. Yeah. Please. Yes, Kodan-san.
Well, no, I just wanted, because I noticed something, because the initial question was, what is an easy way? And kind of, we just, I guess without thinking about it, we switched to saying simple way. And I like that a lot better, because I don't think we should be looking for an easy way to do it. I think we should be looking
Mm,
for a simple way to do it, because there
mm.
is no easy way.
Mm-hmm.
That's true because it's a
Right.
simple way, but we don't, not everyone does it. Very few people go to the breath in times of stress and it's it is easy actually. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not. No,
It's not
you're
easy.
telling. Look. Everything's relative. Everyone has their
Yeah,
challenges.
yeah,
If
yeah.
it's easy
No,
for
no,
you,
but it's something that anyone can do at any moment.
yeah.
Like
No,
like
absolutely.
we can do it now and yeah. Oh, I think should we answer look at these questions or you
I
don't
don't
think we
see any
should?
question. I think you only see the
Oh,
questions.
oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. I have a little
If people have,
thingamajiggy.
yeah.
Okay.
So I can't see that, but regular comments I can monitor.
Someone is asking for books for articles. Would you recommend, well, the Dokkodo is very short. Like, would you
Yeah.
recommend the Five Rings, Sensei, for people to read? Or is it going to make them more stressed out? Like,
Yeah. I recommend the five rings, but five rings is very difficult to understand
yeah.
because on the first I said it's a very poetic, okay. And for example, and if we want to understand more logically about the Japanese martial arts culture, okay, this is one of the my suggestion is that okay, I recommend Zen and archery.
Zen and archery. Yeah.
Yes,
Archery, really?
Zen and archery, and this book is that Steve Jobs reading the book.
Zen and
Yeah, this book is
Zen and
that on
archery.
the
I'm
Zen and
gonna look it up.
archery. This book is that written by Germany professor. Germany
Okay.
professor write about this book, and this book is that all the time Japanese no Germany professor go to the Japan, okay,
Yeah.
stay in Japan and learning about archery, okay, and the master always said, okay, aim the target, but don't aim the target. Okay? And Germany
Okay.
professor always they have a question. How to get a target and not aim the target and how to get a target. Always it's a question and answer, question and answer. It's like a Western world and Eastern world. Okay? And some and doing it's like a question and answer, question and answer. And step by step we can understand what is Japanese martial arts from the Western eyesight. Okay, it's a very good for understand more logically the Zen and the archery, right? Yeah, and
Okay.
five rings is that I recommend, but it's very poetic, and you cannot
Yeah.
understand very logically. Yes,
If you
yeah,
read
that's
Five
the
Rings, you shouldn't expect like practical answers, I think. It's really something to just kind of contemplate over time, yeah. So, it's almost it's 10 to the hour. Maybe we can look at the last two precepts. I mean number 9 and number 10. Resentment and complaint are appropriate neither for oneself nor others. So basically, don't resent, don't complain. Yeah. No complaining. And
I think, yes, please go ahead.
I was just going to say the last one is to not be guided by the feeling of lust or love, which is also related to 7 and 8. It's all like, I think the theme is the emotions here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's this is all a very deep relationship with Musashi's generation and Musashi's position. Yes,
Position.
he was a soldier, and he has no family. Yes, that's why, and this one is a very important suggestion for him. Yes, make a long distance and don't love somebody or something. Right.
Sensei,
But for
what
if
do you
somebody's,
mean?
oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kozan-san.
Well, no, like, so we're in the modern generation here, and relationships are important and stuff like that. So, is this applicable in any way now, and how?
In modern
It's just my
generation,
question. Yeah, like temperance, or like what
No, it's
are?
not.
No, okay,
No, just
yeah,
kidding.
never mind. Just
I'm
forget
kidding.
it. Just
I'm
throw it
kidding.
out.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah. I think this is also the same, same theme. Okay, it's making a long distance for everything, long distance. Okay, yes, sometimes the jealous or love is also sometimes too much strong, and making a off balance. Okay, yes, that's why always making a long distance. Okay, love is also. Okay, love is also. It's make a long distance is very important point. Okay, how can I say and
Can you explain long distance?
yeah,
Someone was
okay.
asking about that actually.
And for example, and Japanese people, especially traditional people, is that always make a long distance from the other person, and not shaking hands and not hug or something. Okay, and but in Japan is that this is traditional culture and this traditional word. This is called hare to ke. Hare to ke meaning is that okay. Hare meaning is that it's like a festival day. Festival
Okay.
day. Ke meaning is that daily life. Okay? Yeah,
Mm.
daily life and festival days are separate. Okay?
Oh.
Yes. That's why, for example, ancient time, there is one of the festival, okay? And ancient time, it is called Kagura. Kagura. It's a name of the festival, okay? And basically 1 year, and there is a big festival, okay? And for example, in the village people is, how can I say? And the ancient village people is a very deep relationship. And how can I say? It's like a very small world, okay? In the
Small
village
village, yeah, very,
yeah,
yeah.
small village, okay? And always hide their emotion, hide their feeling, okay? Because how can I say? Some people it's good, but some people not good for me or something. It's a blah 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 blah.
So
But
like for the
one
harmony of the village, or
yes, and that's why and sometimes you have to hide their feeling, hide their emotion, okay? Because and if you're doing I don't like you or something, it's like a start of fight. It's not good.
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you have to hide. Okay?
Yeah,
But
okay.
1 year, one time, okay? Drinking a sake and explosion, everything. It
It's
is
like the
called Kagura
purge.
Festival.
Yeah,
It's
everyone
like a,
gets the
yes, and
roast.
explosion. Yes. And, but after the festival day, people keep it secret.
Back
People keep it
to
secret. Yes.
this long
Yes.
distance.
Yes. That's why it's like a, how can I say, one of the
Yeah.
society system. Okay?
It's
1 year, one
it's a
time, it's
system.
explosion,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Explosion, everything.
So
Yeah.
the
That's
all
why,
year round, it's long distance to keep the harmony in the village, and then once a year, everyone gets drunk on sake, and they can
yes,
like,
right.
I
Yes.
hate you,
That's why,
and you slept with my wife, and
yeah.
okay, I get
Daily life
it.
and undaily life very correctly separate.
Separate,
Okay?
yeah.
Yes. That's why sometimes the Japanese people are doing a tattoo. Okay?
Yeah.
Tattoo is that, but always hide. Always hide. Okay? Yeah.
Ah.
Ancient time and people not show the tattoo, not showing the tattoo, but just one day it's a festival day you can
You
naked
can show
and
your.
you can show. And
It's a big
two more
orgy,
Wow.
basically.
two more
Oh my God.
time is that okay? fire, making a fire and accident fire. Okay, people naked and water is coming and go into the fire and
Oh
try
my
to
God.
the fireman. Is that
Have you
because
done
fire
that,
is that
Sensei?
yeah. Ancient time in the fire is looks like a festival. Okay, because no electric, but fire is it's burning and people excited. Okay, that's why fireman is naked and water water and go try to disappear the fire. Okay, it's like a festival. Okay, and one more, it's like a fighting field. Okay, in the Edo generation, is a very peaceful generation, and the fighting field is not real killing. It's like just punching. Yes, sometimes there's a fight. It's like a street fight. Okay.
Yeah.
The street fight is also like a festival. That's why you're doing a street fight. It's a naked and showing a tattoo and try to fight fist fighting.
Okay. Do they still do that now?
Yeah, now is everything is different because hare to ke is not separate. It's like a put together. Everybody doing a tattoo and outside and doing a party and every night like that. Yes, but ancient time very separate. Okay, daily life and festival feeling is very separate. Okay, that's why tattoo is also.
Sensei, so long distance, this idea of long distance, are you saying it's not applicable to modern times, or it's still applicable?
Yes, that's how can I say? Yeah, modern generation is a little bit difficult because ancient time people keep patience. People they can patience for the waiting the festival day.
Once a year.
Yeah. But in modern generation and hare to ke and
daily
life and festival day is put together every day, every night, every day is like a party.
Every day is a
people
party.
showing a tattoo.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of tattoos, Kozan-san, can we see your new tattoo?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. All right.
Let's see it.
That's number one. And that's with you. It's
we're
smiling.
smiling. It's mine.
And then brushwork right there.
Beautiful. That is so nice.
Beautiful.
Now I want one too.
You should get your name.
Maybe I might. Yeah. So Sensei always hides his tattoos, like in the old times.
Yes, and basically, Japanese people always hide. Yes. Yeah.
Otherwise, I get it. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me just check again. Okay, what is the relationship between Japanese and Chinese martial arts?
A difference, Chinese
The
and Japanese martial
relationship
art.
between Chinese and Japanese martial arts. The relationship.
Okay. Is it question?
It's a question, yeah. If we have time for it, if you guys wanna.
Okay, and
not related
Chinese
to Dokkodo.
and Japanese is very deep relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, and because the Japanese culture is from the Chinese. Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes develop something. Okay, and for example, and Chinese kung fu movement is that. Okay, and sometimes it's like a circulation movement, like a kung fu movement, like a circulation movement. Okay. Yes, that's right. And it's like a water. It's like a water.
Yes.
That's why Bruce Lee said moving like a water.
Yes.
Moving like a water. But one of the samurai tradition, samurai book is that okay, and be a silent water.
Silent.
Be a silent water. Okay, it's a kung fu style moving like a water, but Japanese style is that be a silent water. Okay, always stay calm and don't attack from the past and just wait, like a meditation. And silent water, like that's why like the water is like looks like a mirror. Mirror. Okay, that's why and you can catch the information very correctly from the enemy. Okay. Yes, and yes, how can I say? Chinese kung fu style is that more circulation style, moving like a water. Okay. Yes, I love the kung fu style, and but and one more history is that okay, and Shaolin Kung Fu is that from the Buddhism, Okay, that's why how can I say? It's described about more Shaolin style and how can I say? This is very difficult to do English. Okay, but okay, and anyway, samurai style. Okay, samurai style is that okay? the face is not just martial arts face. Okay, they were leader of the society.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why
Political
always
leaders.
stay calm and catch the information very correctly and control the balance. That's why don't move from the past. Always keep stay calm and silent water, be a silent water, and catch the information and correct balance. Okay, this is very important point. That's why first of all and fundamental is that be a silent water. This is samurai martial arts. Okay, Chinese kung fu is that moving like a water, moving
Okay.
like a water. Okay, samurai style is that okay? Be a silent water.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is one of the difference. Yeah,
Hmm.
because samurai was the leader of the society. Yeah, that's why don't move from the past. Catch the information and correct the information and control the balance. Yes.
Yeah, I like that. It reminds me of when we practice, what happens before the cut. I mean, what happens after the cut is as important as the whole, it's like the whole process. So after the explosion, like in your diagram, back to the silent water. There's no more, it's like total stillness, and then we regulate our heart rate, everything goes down, everything like goes to silent. So yeah, that is different for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
That's why, yeah, samurai technique is that always hold and hold and
Yeah.
and go inside and go back
Go
to
back
silent
down.
feeling.
Go back to
Yeah,
silent.
I love Chinese kung fu style. Chinese kung fu style more, it's more circulation,
Yeah.
circulation movement. Yeah, that's why, and way of thinking is also a little bit different. Yeah, movement style is also way of thinking also it's a little bit different.
All right. Wow. Well, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for your questions, for your presence. Sensei, such a pleasure for you to share all this wisdom with us, Kozan-san as well. And hopefully we'll be able to do another one of these, maybe when I'm back in the Philippines. And we'll continue reading about the Dokkodo. Somebody mentioned in the comments that it's like a stoic philosophy, and I think that's true. And stoic philosophy, I don't know much about it, but it's also that they were like soldiers, like right? They were warfaring people, so it makes sense. You can't be attached to yeah, all of this stuff, your emotions, and you can't be led by your emotions when your business is war. So thank you, Alia. Thank you, everybody. Any last words from either of you before we hang up? Sensei, you're still offering classes in Tulum for those who wanna
Yes, and in the
join your
Tulum is
class,
also, yeah, and online lessons also.
and online. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Arigatou
Thank you.
Thank
gozaimasu.
you.
And I'll see you soon. Bye,
Yeah, see you
everybody.
soon. Bye.
Ciao.